Hi everyone, it's Fiona from the Facebook page Angelic Inspiration. I just wanted to have a little chat with you guys and just see how you're all doing, and hoping that you're all still talking to your angels, connecting to your angels, and believing in your angels. Belief is a very important thing. If you don't believe, then it's very hard to really express yourself when talking to them, and if you don't really believe, it's really hard to notice the signs and receive all the help that you are hoping to receive. So let go of fear and let go of how, when, and why, and just let it happen. And I think that at the moment, because of the economic climate and the 2012 shift, a lot of people are just confused, anxious, all over the place, up and down, and not really knowing where they're going. The main thing about that is to just constantly cut cords, cut the negativity, ask the angels for protection, get somebody to smooth your aura, like brush their hands over your silhouette, and do the same back. Or if you don't have somebody who can do that for you or with you, just do it for yourself. Just give yourself a dust off and smooth your aura out, and just, in times of anxiousness, put on some nice, calming, relaxing music. Not like heavy metal, unless that relaxes you. It all depends on who you are and what makes you happy. And just breathe in deeply into your abdomen, right down to the bottom of your stomach, and exhale. So you inhale love and exhale love, or inhale peace and calm and exhale love, um, or just inhale the color gold or the color blue. You don't necessarily need to know which angels you're talking to. Talk to any angel or all of them. um, you'll get the help that you need, how you need it, and when you need it. And the most important part of that is just to relax. And that's very hard to do when there's a lot of stress around. I understand that, and it's human. But talking about being human, um, it's quite interesting because we all have all kinds of irks and quirks, but we were born feeling love. And somewhere on that little journey, in in the first year or two, we forgot, or tended to forget, about being love, and everything around us being love. Not through our own fault, but through the influence of the world. And I think it is time to reconnect to that belief, that and that knowing that love is real. Love is what we are when we leave this earth and go back to heaven or wherever it is that we end up. It is love. And even if people aren't loving back, that doesn't mean we have to be horrible back. It's all about projecting love, and the more love that you give out, and give out honestly and from the heart, the better it is. And for me, I've had a rough week in terms of learning and other things, and the main message coming back has always been, you know what, you could have handled that situation better. Go back and readdress it. And last night I had a situation where I was being stubborn, and the angels wouldn't let it go. And they kept telling me to write an email, and I was like, I'm not doing that, no. And they were like, you can write an email. And I was like, no, I'm not writing an email at all. And the words were flowing in my head, and I was like, oh, am I going to write an email? And I thought, no, I'm not going to write this email. And they were like, you will write this email. And I was like, all right, then I'll do it tomorrow. And they were like, no, you're going to do it today. And I was like, but I don't want to do it today. I actually don't want to do it at all. And they were like, well, you have to come from a place of love. And I was like, well, I come from a place of love. I'm thinking it. And then they were like, but you haven't told that person, and you need to tell them so they know. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll do it. And I ended up doing it, and I feel a lot better about it. And I'm hoping that the other person feels much better about the whole situation as well. Um, so sometimes we can be stubborn, but even if it's not received in the way that it's intended, as long as it's come from a place of love, it shouldn't matter. You can cut the cords, and the other person has to deal with how they feel about the situation, and everything is going to be fine because, you know, that's the thing about love. Love makes things fine. Right, so that's me blurbing on about bits and pieces, and then I thought I might just pull a card from the Universal Wisdom Oracle Cards deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. I'm hoping that I've pronounced his name correctly. I don't know. Interesting facts about him is that he's an intuitive painter artist, and he also writes intuitively, so he doesn't actually know what he's going to say or what he's going to paint or draw. He just does it and ends up with a result. And apparently when he was a little boy at school, he drew a picture of an angel, and it was a blue angel, and later on he found out that that was actually Archangel Michael, and that's where his publishing company and his gallery and everything is called Blue Angel, in appreciation of Archangel Michael. Isn't that a lovely story? I thought it was. Well, anyway, when I pick up his cards, I can feel the energy bouncing off them, and the pictures are so vibrant. So really, you know, if you can find them somewhere, if you can find them cheaply, or you have a lot of money and you'd like to connect to some cards, I'd really recommend those. So anyway, I'm going to shuffle the deck, and I'm going to say, what does angelic inspiration need to focus on in the next 7 days? And then I'll stop and just see, and I'm pulling a card, and it's called the Turquoise Sea. There's a lovely picture of a lady lying in the turquoise sea, and she's so peaceful and so beautiful. In fact, ladies, if you've got issues with self-esteem, I promise you, if you look at his cards, they are beautiful, and the cards that are dedicated to the females are really, really amazing. So turquoise sea, and they'll boost your confidence as a female. This card is altering you to the fact that in order for you to heal your relationship with another, you must first heal the relationship you have with yourself. Have you been too hard on yourself? Perhaps a part of you feels disappointed that you have not lived up to your own expectations, and therefore you feel that another has failed you also. Life is a constant struggle between the intellect and the soul. The soul strives to remind us that we are perfect just the way we are, and guides us on the path of love. On the other hand, the intellect constantly strives to control us through fear. It carries a negative voice that whispers, "You're not good enough, not capable," and so on. It keeps us preoccupied with false concerns, and in the process keeps us from discovering our true nature. In order to heal this issue, you must acknowledge your feelings and embrace all that you are. Start to have positive and loving thoughts about yourself. Regularly, I can't pronounce that word, I'm very sorry. Set aside time to just be, without actually doing anything. Just breathing, I suppose. You do not have to be busy all the time in order to feel worthy. Drop some of the expectations you have placed on yourself and allow your life to flow. In healing the relationship you have with yourself, you will also heal your relationship with another. Your relationship with yourself determines what kind of relationships you have with others. Be kind to yourself. So there's that other thing about being kind to yourself, and it's very important to really see yourself as love. And imagine yourself as a baby, and you can't help but love a baby and adore it, and everything about it's just perfect. And even if you're, I suppose, if you're not parents yet, think of something that you adore, um, and how much you love that, even if it's just a song, something that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy and gooey. Think about those types of things and then transfer that onto yourself. So, you don't have to be Hollywood perfect to be perfect, to be loved. Um, you just have to be happy. And the more that you find appreciation for yourself, the more you'll show it. And the more that you show it, the more you'll attract it into your life. And people will comment on it that, wow, amazing. And that's basically the message for the week, is to focus on breathing, connecting to yourself, connecting your heart, mind and soul, and make it one, going back to the source, and just coming from that place, not coming from the ego, not coming from others, not coming from other people's put downs, from media expectations. You don't have to be a size 0 to be beautiful. You don't have to have a picture perfect smile. You don't have to have flat ironed hair. You don't even have to dye your hair. And just be glad of who you are. And even when if you have puffy eyes in the morning, I've read that if you put chamomile tea bags on them, not wet ones, just put them in the freezer, in the fridge, and then just put them on your eyes, and they actually do cool. But you don't just need that. Just drink plenty of water, eat as healthily as you can, or eat the food that you're guided to eat, which will be what is good for your soul at that time. And just be happy being you. And then call in the angels and ask them to help you with whatever it is that you have problems with. If it's money, call in the abundance angels and ask them to bring in some money, or some, Archangel Ariel is good with that as well. If you need short bursts of money, just connect to her, or go to a place of water like the river, a lake, a fountain, and just sit there and speak to her and say, you know what, I'm struggling at the moment and I really need your help. And it'd be great if I could find some financial abundance to help me pay this bill, or buy food for my family, or my children need shoes, or you might need shoes, or whatever. And it will come to you. It might not come to you in the way of you're going to have £1 million in the bank, but it might be that somebody sends you a box of clothes, and those are the clothes. Or somebody has children and they've grown out of the clothes and they give their clothes to you. It doesn't always have to be brand spanking new or designer. But the thing is, once you appreciate all the tiny little mercies that life has to offer, it will bring bigger mercies. So that's the abundance side. If you need healing, call in Archangel Michael and Raphael and the healing angels, and just say, I'm not doing too well at the moment. I really need to see someone about this. Can you lead me to the people that know about this and can help me? And they will. You might be disappointed initially that you might think that they've got it wrong, but actually, if you look at the big picture, you're probably ending up in a place where that person might know a person who can help you. So it's all about just going with the flow and knowing that you'll be led to the right place as long as you let yourself be led. And there are ups and downs in life. There has to be ups and downs in life. If you don't have a down, then you can't appreciate the up, because you don't know what it's like to be down. And knowing that, and I know a lot of people are sitting there shaking their head going, but my life's been down all of these years. Well, it hasn't really. If you look back and you see how one situation has led you on to another, and the more that you just release the past and the negative emotions that are attached to that past. And I know there's people that have been through some very traumatic experiences. I'm not, lessening that in any way. I've not had the best life either, or the best start in life. But looking back, I have had the best start in life. I couldn't knock that in any way. And I didn't have the best parents either. But I had other people that were worth 20,000 of those two people. And saying that though, I do love my parents because it's not their fault. It's how they were brought up, it's their beliefs, it's how they are. And, you know, people are people. That doesn't excuse what they've done, but it, you know, it's fine. I have a good life, and that's all I could ask. So basically, that's the other thing, is appreciating even the bad things that happen, because that also allows you to help other people who have come from the same road as you have, maybe much later, and you can talk to them about your experiences and how you dealt with that and how you've pulled through that, and encourage them to pull through too. And forgiveness is a great thing. And the angels, you know, Archangel Zadkiel, he can help you with that, transmute negativity and help you forgive people. And with that forgiveness, you're not harboring that anger, that feeling. And those are the kind of things that really, they drag you down. They make you feel bad. They make others feel bad because people get punished because they might hurt you in the way that somebody else has hurt you. And you know, each person should be dealt with in a neutral way, and it's not always easy. And saying that also, if you forgive somebody and you forgive them once and then they hurt you again, you know, doesn't mean you have to be the village fool, and let people keep knocking you down. Do stand your ground, but you can do that in a loving way. There's no need to be harsh about it. And I know if some of my friends were listening to this, they'd be like, who is that woman? But it's true. It's true. It's a lot less traumatic if you can say it calm and collectively, whatever it is that you have to say. So who else have we got that we could call on? If you're not happy with the friends that you've got in your life, then you call on Archangel Haniel and ask Haniel to help you, lead you to the people that resonate with the person that you are right now, and that will appreciate you as much as you'd appreciate the friendships. If you're going on a journey, Archangel Raphael is the one to call, because he will help you have the smoothest journey possible. Yeah. And if you're grieving and suffering from a loss, or know that you're going to suffer a loss, and people have or will be passing over, you call in Archangel Azrael, and he will help you deal with that in the best possible way. And he also helps people who are crossing over to find the light and you know, help their transition. So if you know that, you know, one of your elderly relatives is about to go, then you could call on Archangel Azrael and help them. And people who are already on the other side, if you're worried about them, don't worry about them. Just call in Archangel Azrael and ask him to make sure that they're okay. Ask for signs. Just ask for them. You'll be given them, and you'll know them, because they'll be personal to you. They will, I promise you. Just start practicing. You've got nothing to lose and you've got everything to gain by just connecting to your angels and just believing and asking them to help you. And they do. They really, really do. I know a lot of you who might be listening will know that already, but this is just to re-emphasize. And I know I'm just waffling lots and lots and lots, but there are people out there listening that are still new to this and still not sure. But ask the angels to show you signs that resonate with you, and that you will understand, because you know, everybody sees them, feels them and hears them in different ways. When, you know, we are the same, but we're not the same. We're all different, but we're still all one. And when we go over to the other side, so when you're worrying about people who have passed over, don't worry about them. They are just fine, because once you reach the other side, your soul reconnects with its core and with all the energy, and just feels love. They don't necessarily lose their personality traits, but they just feel the love and everything. And that's what you should remember, that they're happy, and they just want you to be happy. They really, really do. They don't want you to be sad and upset. They want you to celebrate the fact that you've known them, and they just want you to live the best life you can by whatever means. So that's me. I'm signing off now. Well, not signing off. I'm going to stop recording and hope that you are all well and have a beautiful week, and hopefully I'll do another recording again soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye.